Good morning. First of all, congrats to Tom and his guys on the championship. We were able to watch a lot of that in the airport last night, and obviously those guys define what winning is, and so it's good for us to be able to kind of pay attention and learn from that. But as he said, as Ryan said, we've been playing pretty well, 13-1, and have gotten contributions from a lot of different things. One day the pitching's pretty good, and the offense, kind of struggles, and the next it's kind of vice versa. So we've been getting a lot of guys that have been able to contribute, a lot of new faces, so weren't quite sure what we were going to get going in to the trip. But, we've got a lot of good kids that really work hard, and they're seeing a lot of the benefits of that right now. So, guys are feeling comfortable at the plate. Chris Simonton, the transfer from Akron after Akron dropped their baseball program last year, is one of the guys that's leading the way for us. Hits in the bottom of the order, but I think hitting over 380. Jordan Zimmerman at the top of the order, hitting about the same. And, really it's been, like I said, it's kind of a different guy almost every day, and we thought we would pitch it well. We weren't quite sure how we would defend, and we need to be better there, and not quite sure how we would swing the bat, and it turns out we're swinging the bat really well right now. So hopefully that can continue. We've got a couple days off here and then head down to University of South Florida for a very talented and young South Florida team that will be a good test for us for sure. So questions?
Bottom of your order, and Simonson specifically. I think on Friday in the win, your guys in the 7 through 9 spots hit something like 8 for 10.
Yeah.
What's it like to get that kind of productivity out of spots that usually in baseball aren't necessarily giving you that level of production?
Yeah, it's been huge for us. There are threats, there are RBI threats up and down the order right now, and getting that kind of production out of the bottom half has just been huge. When the rally is never over, it kind of seems like, and we've been, we've won them. We've taken the lead early and kind of, I guess, coasted. We put up some big numbers. We've had to come from behind several different times, and with those guys at the bottom contributing like they have, really guys don't ever feel like they're out of the ballgame.
What are you most surprised with? We know what you were kind of expecting. What has just shocked you?
Well, I think the consistency of the offense, I think, right now is probably the most surprising, just because we didn't know what we were going to get going in. We thought we had a pretty good idea these guys were going to be able to swing the bat well, but for me to say we would hit something like 345 as a team after our first 14 games, I'd have told you you're crazy a couple weeks ago. So that's been probably the most surprising. The bullpen has been very good. Depth out of the bullpen has been very good. We've been in the past, I guess, deep enough where we would have to, not as deep to say that we would have to kind of ride a guy until he falters a little bit. And now we're in a position, because of the way the bullpen is thrown, where we can take a guy out and play a little bit more matchups, and it's a nice luxury to have, especially at the collegiate level.
You talk a little bit about Alex Troop and the job he's done both on the mound and the field.
Yeah, Alex, really athletic kid. Hits in the middle of the order for us. Got a beautiful left-handed stroke, and comes in and out of the pen and just fills up the strike zone. He attacks hitters. He's got a breaking ball that's a very good pitch. A changeup that's a plus pitch. He's able to get swings and misses. So Alex did hurt his wrist against Butler, and so we're going to wait to see where he's at today. X-rays are today, and hopefully there's no break in there. We can get him back soon. But defensively, outstanding first baseman, maybe the most athletic kid we have.
Is Marty giving you more than you expected?
Marty Bikina?
Yeah.
Kind of what we expected, to be honest with you. He had a great fall offensively, especially to put a freshman in the leadoff spot like he is, to kind of be the table setter, is a lot to ask of him. At the same time, he's a tremendous kid, outstanding leader, and a kid that's able to handle it, for sure. And so he struggled a little bit defensively, which is kind of to be expected. Shortstop moving to third base from high school to college is a big jump, and it's something that he's going to be fine. It's just going to take reps there. But on the offensive side of it, it's kind of what we expected. To be honest with you, he's a gamer and a kid that really competes, just like all of them do. But very comfortable with him in that spot.
Just out of curiosity, he wasn't that highly ranked in Illinois, like 50 in PBR, maybe 20. What did you see in him?
Yeah, I don't know what he's ranked. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to that. The athleticism, I think, is the first thing. He was a heck of a football player, and the leadership was probably the second thing. I went to watch him play for St. Rita, and he's the first guy out of the dugout, first guy on the field, first guy off the field between innings. He's the guy that's chasing foul balls all over the park too, because somebody needs to get the foul ball. And as a senior, doing that type of stuff, picking guys up. He's just he's a communicator. Just everything about him was impressive, and that's the type of kid you can feel comfortable in your program, and the type of kid eventually you can build a program around.
Jake, in all your seasons of coaching, where does Saturday's finish with a wild pitch walk-off rank among games you've been a part of?
Yeah, we've never had one of those. Guys showed a lot of character on Saturday for sure. It was back and forth the whole way against a pretty good team in St. Joseph's. Those guys swing the bat really well, and they brought in a guy out of the bullpen that was a big-time arm, and to our guys' credit, we took the lead, we lost it, back and forth the whole way, and to get a big double out of Chad Roskelley to start that inning off. We preach execution with our guys just like everybody, but I think that was a good example where we get the double, we execute a sacrifice bunt, which put them in a position to have to walk the next guy to load the bases up. And, with pressure, you never know what can happen sometimes. Unfortunately, it worked out for us. But, I think it's a good lesson for all of our guys where, you never quite know what's going to happen during the course of a ball game and need to be prepared.